check it out. It's a silverware nickel, folks. Just look how dark that is. We've got a nice S minted silverware nickel. What is the date? 35% silver in these, made between 1942, late 1942 that is, and 1945. We already know what the first four numbers are going to be. Hey, it's Silver Chupacabra, and I'm here with the man of the bat, the man of the hairy face, and a nickel box with no hair on it. Hey, I like nickel box hunts. Nickel box hunts are my favorite, that's for sure, although with missing the penny hunts, I do like those too, but nickel box hunts, you can get kind of just anything, it seems. And we're here for that. We're going to look in this box and see what it's got. Here we have our Buffalo nickel collection, specifically from finds in nickel box searches. I forgot to open that one. Let's see, it's halfway decent. I think we got like nine holes there. And of course, that one's not going to come up. That would be a miracle if the three-legged one came up. I think there's only like 10 on this one. This one has a lot more. It's in the teens. I don't find too many in the teens. 2 or 3 nickel box hunts ago, we found like 3 teens. Both, unfortunately, or 2 of them were 1917. The other one was 1916. Both without mint marks, which, of course, as you know, most of these holes right now are mint marks. So anyway, we'll be looking for some of those in the box. Of course, we will be looking to finish this one as well. Only missing the 38D now. And once again, I'm only going to mention this now because, it kind of came up the last time. I've been finding a lot of 38s this year. The last one I found was the 38S that came in 626.26. But before that, I think I'd only found a couple early in the year, like in February, January, somewhere in there. So it hasn't been a great year for 38s. So last time I mentioned that, same box that came in. Let's see if my feeble attempts at manipulating karma will get us a 38S. Anyway, I am interested in finding all key dates, by the way. So if I happen to get a couple of extras there, I'm good with that. Silverware nickels are always wanted. That 1950D that's behind here, I'm not going to show it today. Love to see that come up. We could always use an extra or 2 of those. What else? Oh, V-nickels. I mention V-nickels from time to time, but it's just not a V-nickel year, which I get it. Why would I be seeing, 100-plus year-old nickels in here? Well, it happens all the time here. Not in here, the Buffalo nickels, sorry. Anyway, varieties as well. Oh, you know what? I don't ever mention foreign finds that don't happen to be nickels, or they just happen to be in nickel boxes. Lots of great finds, foreign finds, come in these boxes as well, so I'm always welcoming this. Anyway, the other way we're going to actually see what's what is to open this up. We'll start by looking at the enders and seeing if anything in the enders is interesting. Here are the enders. And there's really nothing too exciting here, I would say. It's got potential, but who knows on those. Lotto, just kind of nondescript nickels. Some look old. It's really hard to kind of tell. We get these so often, it's always hard to tell in these nickel box hunts if this even is a determiner of anything. Well, we will start with this one. I pointed to that earlier. Whatever it is, it looks like it's in good shape, and it doesn't look newish. That would not be from the 90s or the 2000s, so we'll have to see what that is here in a little bit. And that one definitely is new. But as we've always talked about, it's what's inside the enders that has all the goodies. And we're going to check those out right now. Okay, second roll in. And right in the back end of it, it was not the ender. We got a 1947 to start out the balance here. Decent detail. Top has got some wear on it, definitely, but this is in decent shape. I would suspect there would be, especially with Monticello looking that good, I would suspect a mint mark of some kind on the back. But no. Straight 47, Philadelphia. We're going to look at the right leg of the R from our perspective. See if there's a little bit of a ditch or a dent there, but I don't see one. We will measure it later. Oh, also from the first row, we had mentioned this one here, and as you can see, the date. Well, it's in nice shape. It's not uncirc, but it's a nice 69S. But got our first find. Onward to roll 3. Okay, roll 5 has been laid out, and we're about midway through checking it. Got a late 1950s. Woohoo! Pretty good shape, too. It's almost like full detail on that hair there. I could see this being Philly, but it could be a very nice Denver. Monticello, looking good there. It is Denver. Very cool. That's one of the late 1950s ones. I was going to show you nicely cleaned, I would say. In horrible shape. What is this, an 86? Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on there, and I'm not sure why somebody would clean it, polish it, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that's not going in the collection there. Still a little bit left. Okay, we are through that first row of 10 rolls. Roll 10 this is. And we were just in the beginning. But we are going to get a couple of finds. We got a 1955 there, and right beside it, 1957. Very nice. Let me just go ahead and pull both of these. So, 1955, pretty decent condition, I would say. Detail-wise, there's wear there too. All in all, pretty good. I would not consider this a candidate for the Philadelphia one, which would be a semi-key date. A little too much wear, but could be. You never know. It will be a Denver. 1955 was the first year. It was only Denver and Philly for the mints. San Francisco drops out on this. I think they come back, in 68, 69, and 70? Maybe 71. I don't think it goes much farther than that. But anyway, very cool there. And then we got a 57, which is probably going to be a Denver mint as well. And it is. So, 2 finds on that last one. Got us up to 4. My English major is a fraud. Anyway, we have 4 finds now. And at the 10th row, that's actually pretty much all average. Still like to find something of consequence. We did not find anything of consequence in the 27 finds we had in the last nickel box hunt. It's not the best of trends, so I'm hoping we're going to get at least something here. But it's going to be what it's going to be. So we are on roll 12. So we just started that second row of 10 rolls, and after the layout, we found a 1953. So kind of wear on it. Good detail to a point, but definite wear. Kind of say the same thing with Monticello, and you got some goop on Monticello as well. Yeah, kind of what I expected it to be. Yes, I know what you're going to say. Oh, you didn't say that, Chupa. But I was thinking it. 1953, minted in Denver. Still got a whole lot to check out here, by the way, folks. So, back end of roll 12, and we've got 1953's neighbor, 1954. So, a year younger than the 53, although I would say the 53 is in better condition. 1954 let himself go a little bit. I could see a D here or a Philly. I don't think a San Francisco is worthy of this. Denver it is. Nice little dent there on the steps going into the doorway. Wow, the 50s are getting kicked in there pretty fast. I don't have this necessarily. There we go. I knew we didn't have a 56 yet, so 56 and 58 is missing, but already all the way down to 53. And poor old lonely. What was that, a 48? 47. Oh. He misses Buffalo Nickels, that's what. We're on to roll 13. Okay, we're at the back end of roll 14. We're going to get our oldest Jefferson nickel so far in this box hunt, which is always cool, getting the oldest. 1939. As you can see, it's got a little bit of detail on the bottom and the back parts of the hair, but definitely this is pretty blank up there because it's worn. Now, normally I would say this is Philly, and I'm still going to say it's Philly because I've actually seen the back, so that will not be a stranger. 1939 out of Philly, second year Jefferson. You like that? That's find number 7. So we're doing a good job on the quantity again. If we could have got a D or an S in there, I could have got some quality. Yeah, we're looking for that. What the heck? The 15th roll has been laid out. This one over here kind of caught my eye. That tone and the D mint mark. And say if this isn't some from the late 40s, I'd be highly surprised, really. Let's see what we got here. I'm screwing up the whole thing. I'm just not even going to bother. 1947, so we were kind of on that. That's good. 47D. I believe we had a 47 Philly earlier, so if we can get the S, we've got the mint cycle for that. There's the rest. Will we get anything in there? 8 finds so far, by the way. And Batman says we are on roll 17. I laid it out. Didn't really see anything specific, except if I can find it again. Oh, there you go. See the beads on the perimeter of the coin there? That is unmistakably, I think that's the right word to use there, Canadian. And according to my luck, I saw 4 there, but I don't know what that next digit is. It's an 8 or a 9. I'm betting. I am betting. No, we won't get into that. It's a 9. It's just I don't get oldies. Makes me sad. Yep, and we've got the second to last portrait of Elizabeth. I think that's the second to last. I think there's one more change at the very end. A little gunk there on the beads. A little dirty. It's a Canadian nickel. What do you want? I want older ones. That's what I want. Love getting foreign stuff, especially Canadian stuff. Anyway. I'm not going to say that word. That's STUFF again, since I just used it 5 times in a sentence. I think that's an overload. We'll see if we can find anything. Okay, the back end of roll 17. And another 1955. Not bad condition, but it's not in great condition either. I would not expect this to be the Philadelphia semi-key date version of 1955. Just a regular old Denver one. Oh. 1995 Denver Mint. That's the second one we've had. Anyway, that is the 9th find, by the way. A little bit above average. We'll continue on with roll 18. Okay, it is the 18th roll. Almost done with that second row, 10. And we got an oldie sitting in the middle here saying hi, 1941. You've had a 40 in there, so not the oldest right now. Well, it's not going to change either. Because we want older, of course. We want something from the 30s and 20s and teens. We're greedy like that. Anyway, 1941. 1941 is probably one of the most common nickel dates out there, at least when it comes to mintage numbers. This one's got wear, top, midline there. You can see the details there still in the bottom there, but as we have always say, you can't really tell mintage or the mint with 1940 and 41, so this could be anything. No, a D. Don't get to see a D as often as I would think I would. There we are. That is the 10th find of this nickel search so far. Will we have something else coming out of this? How about you? I'm talking about him right here. Well, find out. Okay, roll 20 has been laid out. I actually kind of saw this one earlier, but I decided to lay them out beforehand. Another 1947. That has definitely been the choice of the coin gods here today. 47 is pretty good. Well, pretty good detail, I would say, on the hair. Yes, the top, the middle is kind of getting worn away, but or the detail is at least. 1947. You know what? We have a shot, I would say, for this being an S. If it is an S, it would be the mint cycle for 1947. Oh, it's a D. I thought it was here, I thought it was an S. Here, no. Notice how that doesn't work? So anyway, that is the third 1947. Is what it is. Still have a little bit left in this roll. Okay, we're on roll 28. As you can see, it's been laid out all the way across here. Not quite at the back end, but near it. 1953. Had one of these earlier with the mint mark. Pretty good wear on that. And I'm thinking this could be another D mint mark. Philly on the outside. No San Francisco, by the way. It will be another D. Some interesting pitting down there on the bottom. Very cool. That is find number 12. We are going to check through the rest of this, of course. Okay, we were on roll 30, and I was actually just starting to check out the obverses, and this one kind of, just slipped my radar, or whatever you want to say. We're going to get an Elizabeth something. I don't know what this is quite yet. Could be UK, could be one of the islands in the Caribbean. Always hard to tell. It will be, I believe, Bermuda. There's one of the late portraits of Elizabeth. Could be cleaned up a little bit, warm water. Side to side. It will be 5 cents from 2000, and it's got the nice fish on it. I don't know what that is. I will research it. I don't know. Angelfish, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't know my fish. I don't know my fish from the islands in the Caribbean / Atlantic. Go sue me. Cool coin. I actually like the animal ones I usually have on there, which is usually fish or some sort of aquatic animal. Very cool. Yeah, 32nd roll is up. And we are going to find one that does not come out too often. It is a 1942. Let's say it's not in the best of conditions. A lot of wear there. Really, only the back of the hair has the detail on it. So, real quickly, you've heard me before, but for those that are new, 1942 was a transition year. Early on, they just kept on making the same nickel. It's called a Type 1. And in late 1942, they decided that they needed nickel for war resources for WW2. So they took the nickel out. Wasn't tons of nickel. In fact, I thought copper was like 3/4. It was 3/4 copper and like 1/4 nickel. But anyway, they started putting silver in it with manganese and copper, and it was a silver ore nickel. In fact, I don't see enough toning here for me to say this is silver ore, so I'm doubting that highly, and we do not see anything there. And it will be a filly, no mint mark. We made a few of these, that's for sure, but you just don't see them that often, so it's always pretty cool to find one. What we're missing there is the 39. We're missing a couple in the 40s there too, but anyway, we continue on because we still have a little bit to look at. Okay, this is roll 34. And we are going to get our second 1941. Actually has some of the toning that I usually see with the later 40s. That orange brownish kind of view to it. Pretty decent. I would say it's half and half. Wear and detail. Which I think it could be anything here. I'm going to go with a D just for the heck of it. Oh, I am wrong again. Oh, my Lord. Sorry. Anyway, 1941 Philadelphia. These aren't going anywhere. That's fine 15, by the way. And we still have the rest of the roll to check out. Okay, you can see the rolls are dwindling. We are now on roll 39. We are going to get one we have not seen yet. It's still common, but, it is what it is. What am I saying? I did the same thing I did when I popped this one up. I didn't see the other one in here. We've got a 1940 popping up, and this is the one I was actually talking about, was a 1956. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one first. Decent detail, but there's also decent wear there, too. I would expect a D to be here. And there it is. And by 56, San Francisco had opted out of making nickels. So you would only see a D or an empty spot anyway. But, as you can see, that one actually fills a hole. We're still missing a 58, which is odd. Because we usually get those first four, 56, 57, 58, and 59. 1940, though, this will be the second one of these. I can't remember if the last one was failure or not. Let's just do a quick detail check. Not bad, but she's been beat up pretty good. You can see the rim. Nice little ring. I don't know why I always say that. This nice little rim ding right there. Remember, this could be any of these at any wear point. I'm going to go with a D on this one. Oh, missed again. What am I like? Oh, for 3,000? So pop that up there. That is 17 fines now. Not bad. There's a nice 61, by the way. We still have that to check out. Ooh, look at the greenie. Ooh, look at that. That's horrible. Ooh, look at that. That's another greenie. Okay, 30th roll, and we're about middle, I would say. It's interesting. It takes you the whole box to get one nickel, and then the next roll, you get the same thing. Not the same nickel, of course, but the same date, sorry. So, another 56. So, it's got some decent detail to it. A little dirty. I'm still going with Denver. Wow, and I am wrong. Again. That's what, 0 for 3001. Well, it's the short mint cycle. That's nice. It was fine. 18. Still have a little bit left. Okay, well, we are finally on that last row 10. Roll 41 is up. Don't know if we've got anything yet, but we're going to do a little success fail. So I'm tired of sitting around here doing nothing. So, whoopsie, didn't mean to do that. So, you can see this one, you can see this one. I think both of them have great potential. This one's a little bit darker. I would say it's greenish, but I could say that's a little bit greenish too. So we're going to check them out. And it'll either be fail or a success. You know how this goes. Okay, so there's the first one. And as you can see, that's abject failure. That thing looks older than a lot of stuff. Really well-rounded brim and everything. Oh, hey, the next one is the real deal. Check it out. It is a silver or nickel, folks. And it has a big, gigantic P above the Monticello figure. It's not really a figure, but it's on the nickel. Nice even tone through the whole nickel, at least the reverse part of it here. Now, what do we got to say about this? Well, you know how this goes. From late 1942 to 1945, these were made. They were replaced in the old nickel because they needed nickel for WW2 stuff. Bombs, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what they needed nickel for. But obviously, they could put 35% silver in there, which is what they did. They've got some manganese in there. I think that's 9%, and I think the rest is copper. I can never, as many of these as I've done, you would think I'd remember those numbers. But anyway, 1943 Philadelphia silver nickel was the one most commonly made. So I would expect it probably to be that one, but you never know how this goes. Let's see if I can rhyme a little bit more here. So we know what the first three digits are going to be, 1940. Question is, what's the next one? Oh, hey, look at that. 1945, folks. She's a decent condition. Yes, the wear's there. You can see the head is starting to morph into the head, or the hair part. But pretty darn good condition. Let's check it from that angle. Very nice. It's a welcome surprise, because I didn't think anything of consequence. I like the Bahamas nickel, too, and I consider that a find of consequence. But to have just that, it's definitely not a very special kind of box hunt. Silver nickel, I'll take every day, and there it goes, folks. And that's what we have rest to look at. That didn't make one bit of sense. Okay, I got 2 rolls left, which means we are on roll 48. And man, I'll tell you what, this last group of 10 rolls, while we're not getting a lot of finds, we're getting the quality finds we have looked for. Because right on the back of this nice little roll here, check it out. It's a silver nickel, folks. And I saw this when I had it standing on the rim there. I thought it was going to be too dark. Just look how dark that is. Yeah, there's a greenish tinge to it, but it didn't look that great in the roll itself. But anyway, that doesn't matter. We've got a nice S minted silver nickel. So all we need to figure out is what is the date. Oh man, Chupa, clean your nails. Let's go ahead and check this one out. 35% silver in these, made between 1942, late 1942 that is, and 1945. We already know what the first 4 numbers are going to be. Oh wow, 42, first year. Very nice. Decent condition. It's got wear on it, but you know what? For a silver nickel, they usually wear pretty flat. You got at least the faint signs of windows there. Liking it. So that's the second silver or nickel of this box hunt. And it is turned up. I think that is find number 21, by the way. So there's the rest. We'll check it out. Yeah, we are on to roll 49. So pretty close to finishing this nickel box hunt. Looks like another 1953 has found its way to us. You know, the detail is actually pretty decent here. Just not very deep. It could be due to wear, it could be due to, not a very good stamping or pressing. Anyway, we've had 2 before this, and both have been Denver's. I could see this being Denver again, but it will not. It'll be Philadelphia. And this just happens to be the last year of counterfeit Henning nickels, 1953. So we are looking for a notch, is what they call a notch. The bottom right leg of the R, from our perspective, not the R's perspective. It doesn't have perspective. Anyway, I don't see much going on there. I don't see a dent or anything like that. I will weigh it, of course, to make sure. There's the rest. It's the big empty, roll 50, which I have laid out here. About midway through, we've checked through a bunch already. An oddly toned 1954 down here. We have had one other one show up, 54D. That's just weird. Oh, the reverse is even more weird. And it's a Philadelphia, I think. Yeah. For a minute, I thought that was just a weak mint mark, but no. Looks like this has been cleaned a little bit. I don't know. Interesting. Still have just a little bit left. Oh, what's that? Ooh, she's pretty. Okay, well, Batman is in his cave. We are finished with this latest nickel box set, and it's a goodie. I believe we are up to like 23 finds. I may be a little bit off on that. I didn't count. I'm sorry. I'll count it again when I look at the varieties, and we'll get a count. But anyway, there it is. I didn't really kind of show that. We got 3 pretty cool nickels there. 2 of them in that last brick of 10, or row of 10 in this case. Here we go. 1939. We have a 1939 Philly. And it'll go Philly, Denver, San Francisco, but we didn't have any San Franciscos. So, don't worry about the S's. 1940 Philly on that one. A 41 Philly and a 41 Denver. Nice 1942, early 1942 Philly. 1947 Philly and a couple of 47Ds. 1953 Philly and a couple of 53Ds. 54 Philly and a 54D. 55Ds, 2 of them. Short mint cycle for 56. Philly and Denver. 57 Denver, and then 3 59s. No 58. Usually you're going to get all 4 of those last ones from 56 to 59. Anyway, 1 Canadian, big shocker, 1994. It's either in the 80s or the 90s for me. A couple of shinies that probably will not go anywhere, but I'll check them anyway. So here we go. These are the biggies. We found this actual one first. I thought it might be UK until we flew it over here and found out that, actually we already knew. Excuse me. We already knew it was from Bermuda right here. Anyway, and it's like flipped it over the wrong way. It's got a fishy, and it's 5 cents. Went into Civil War nickels. These came late. I think like in roll 42 and roll 47, something like that. This one here was the first one to come out. It is a 45, and it will be Philadelphia minted. And then we've got a 1942. This is the last one. And I did not... I saw it in the rim of it. I just thought it was too dark, but no, it's San Francisco 42. Very cool. Those are the finds. I will check them for varieties, and I don't think collection books will come out, but you never know. We'll check it out. Okay, well, that is basically it. No varieties, no errors, so to speak. Nothing really changing in these 2, although the secondary and the tertiary collections did a little bit of upgrading with the Civil War nickels, so we got some goodies in the end. What's nice. Anyway, we are finished. The big news is that I got a penny box yesterday. I already had a solid 15 rolls from a stop by last week. Couldn't believe they sold me 15 rolls, especially the branch I was in. I rarely pick up coins from them because they just never have them. But yesterday I stopped at one place where I usually get a lot, and the thing is they offered me a whole penny box, and I'm like, wow. I'm taking it. I'm not gonna sit here and say no to that. So I got that. Plus, I'm up to 20 rolls on the not 20 rolls, but $20 worth of rolls for another penny box hunt, and I should be able to pick that up today. I'm thinking. We'll see. Some branches are still being stingy, but the thing is, don't let any of the branches fool you. They're having to order boxes of pennies. And I knew this was going to happen. I'm sure a lot of other people did too. If you're not going to make the penny go away, meaning, you know what, the penny is no longer and we're just going to collect these things. If you're not going to do that, then penny's going to sit out there. There are literally trillions upon trillions of these things out there in the world. And they're going to continue to circulate in banks, because banks got to take them. Anyway, and distribute them, by the way. They have to give them out. They may not have to give out as much as you want, but they got to give them out. Simple as that. Anyway, finished. We will have a penny box hunt next, which is very, very cool. And we're done. Everybody have a great week or weekend, depending on when you watch this. Cheers to everybody. Be safe out there, by the way.